up, everybody? It's Amaya. So first and foremost, I just want to say I'm not wearing a plain white shirt. I'm wearing a Mickey shirt. And I wore this shirt because I thought you'd be able to see the Mickey. I even changed my camera angle. As you can see, I'm at a different angle. But you can't see Mickey. It makes me upset. Now it just looks like I'm wearing like plain old white t-shirt, which I'm not. It's a Mickey. So anyways, today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial slash first impressions kind of thing going on. I'm going to be talking about the Disney designer collection from Colourpop. I have the palette, a Super Shock shadow, and a lipstick to show you today. I'm not going to reveal much more other than that because you'll have to keep watching to hear more. So I'm super excited to be sharing this collection with you guys today because I love Colourpop, and of course, growing up in a family of 3 girls, you love Disney princesses. I love Jasmine. She was always been my favorite because she always had black hair, and I always had really black hair. Now I don't, but when I was little I did, and I dressed up as her for 2 different Halloweens. I dressed up in her red outfit and also her like traditional blue Jasmine outfit. She's my favorite. My little sister's name is Annika Bell. Her middle name is Belle because when my mom was pregnant with her, we watched Beauty and the Beast so much, and we all have French middle names, and Belle just seemed appropriate for her because we would always watch Beauty and the Beast. So Disney has definitely been always a part of my life, and I love it so much. My graduation cap had a Disney quote on it along with Mickey ears. I have Disney things sprinkled throughout my room, and of course my Disney shirt. So when I saw that Disney designer was a collaboration with Colourpop, I just got very excited and I felt like I needed to try this out. I kind of wanted to do something that was natural but yet not completely barefaced. I wanted you to be able to do this look and feel confident going out, feel like you have makeup on, but yet it's not cakey, it's not overdone. This is definitely something I would do on a day-to-day. Also something I would do if I was going out. So I feel like it's a very versatile look. So before we hop into the video, be sure to check out my social medias. My Instagram and Twitter are right over here, and all the others will be in the description box below. And without further ado, let's hop right in. Oh, I wish you could see my Mickey. So anyways, I'm going to be starting out with the Benefit Professional Primer. This is my favorite primer for when I want to have really smooth skin, really nice looking skin. Now that I'm not as dry as I used to be, I definitely want to concentrate on having really glowing, really beautiful skin, very flawless skin, and I find that this primer, as you guys know, I talk about it all the time, this primer is so good. I'm also going to be applying the Maybelline Master Prime Primer Base Hydrate and Smooth Primer. I'm not sure quite how I feel about this one. So far it seems good. The only thing I don't like is the smell. It smells really bad. Okay, so now we're going to move right on over to the eyes. Okay, so for today, of course, we're going to be using the Disney Designer Collection from Colourpop. This is their eyeshadow palette. I know it's reflecting off the lights. I don't know how well you guys can see, but there's all signatures of the Disney princesses in here. I see Ariel, Jasmine, Belle, Cinderella. This is what it looks like the packaging is just so cute with all the little like artist renditions of the princesses here. I just think it's really beautiful. I feel like it's taking the Disney princess kind of vibe and amping it up to make it almost more like adult like, more mature, more like updated. They also have all of the names of the colors on the back right here, as well as inside the palette, and this is what the palette looks like. And my favorite part of this is all of the autographs of the Disney princesses, which of course I have in my Disney autograph books, but I just think it's so cute how they have the little autographs up here, and then they have all of the shades. It's a row of mattes, and then the rest are shimmers, it looks like, and some of them look like they're more like satiny shimmers, some look like more glittery shimmers, so I feel like you have a nice range. So I'm just going to start by priming my eyes with a little bit of eyeshadow primer, using the Wet n Wild one today. And then I'm just going to be taking a little bit of concealer, just a tiny bit, just to conceal any veins or anything like that. Okay, so the first shade I'm going to be going in with is Chip right here, which is kind of like a, looks like a neutral, like very light taupe. And so far there's like a little bit of kick up, but not a ton, nothing crazy, nothing insane. Okay, so next I'm going to be going in with this shade right here, which is called Grumpy. It's kind of like a very light, like pinky brown. And all I'm going to do is just buff this all over the crease area. I'm just kind of building this color up in the crease. As you can see, it's blending really nicely, and like I'm being pretty sloppy with this. Like I'm just tapping my brush in, tapping it off once, and then just going in, and these are blending so nicely. Okay, I am gonna go in with the shade Juju right here, which is like a light like milkshake pink on that same brush, and I'm just gonna kind of sweep that super lightly in the crease just to add a little bit more pink to the look and bring out the pink in that brown. Okay, this shade right here, Triton, I thought was a matte, but now that I'm looking at it, I think it's actually like a satin shimmery kind of shade. Do you see what I mean? Like there's a shine there, but it's a very slight shine. I think it's kind of like a satin, but it doesn't make sense because it's in the row with all the mattes. So I'm going to use it like a matte. I like to do this sometimes. I'm just taking this on my M433, and I'm just going to put this on the outer corner, blend that into the crease. This would be a really nice shade to use just like all over the lid and do like a one and done type of look, because it's a nice mid-tone brown, and because it has that little bit of a sheen, it'll look like you kind of did something to your makeup while not actually doing all that much. And then lastly, I'm just going to go into a Boo over here, which is kind of like a warm reddish brown, which again, very common color in palettes, but I really like it in this sense. I think it goes really well with the pinks. And I'm just very lightly packing a little bit of that on the outer corner area and working it into the crease. Again, I haven't even really said anything about the blendability of these colors because they're so darn good. I'm not having any issues like in the slightest. Okay, so now for the lid, I have a few options. I have one of the Super Shock shadows that came with this collection, and it's called So This Is Love. I absolutely love how the caps have the Cinderella's castle on there. I just think that is so cute, just a cute little touch. I definitely want to use this because it's stunning, but I definitely want to use some of the shimmers from the palette too. So to start out with, I'm just going to take a little bit of this and just boop, pop it on to the lid. I love how that looks. It's just adding the perfect amount of like light sheen to the lid. It's a very like natural, beautiful type of look, and it just kind of blends in with all the other colors that we used, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Just gonna blend out the edges of that slightly. Okay, and now I want to go in with this shade right here, Prince Charming, because this actually has like a slight duochrome to it, and definitely has that like crumbly, sparkly formula that I actually happen to like from Colourpop. Some people don't, but I do happen to like it. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of it and pop that on very slightly, just to add a little extra sparkle. I want to take a little bit of Enchanted Rose right here, just like a very tiny bit, and just put it right on the edge to kind of blend the shimmer with the mattes. I just think this is a really pretty, effortless, sparkly, princess-like eye look. I'm very happy with it. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the face, but before we do, I just feel like these are very Disney. I don't know. So for the face today, we definitely want to go very dewy, very glowy, very glow from within, my skin is perfect type of look. That's what we're going for here. So I'm going to start off with the Wet n Wild Dewy Face Primer. This is one of my favorite dewy face primers, especially from the drugstore. So I'm going to concentrate this on the cheek area, a little bit on the nose, just a tiny bit on the forehead. You don't want to put it anywhere in like your problem areas or anywhere where there's a lot of pores, because it's just going to highlight everything we don't want to highlight. Pat that in. I like to pat as opposed to rub because I don't want to disrupt the other primers that we've put on there. And so in order to really let our skin glow, I'm going to prep it with some of this e.l.f. Plus Glow Dewy Mist. It has coconut and argan oil. I've been trying this out for about a week now, and I really like it. I'm going to be going in with the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. And the reason why I'm going in with concealer first is because we're not doing foundation today. We are just going to let our natural skin shine. And of course, if you feel more comfortable with just a light layer of foundation, go for it. I do it all the time, but there's sometimes when I just don't want to bother with matching my face. All I want is a nice concealer that's just going to cover up when I need covered up, and then let the rest of my skin breathe. And I just find that it's a really effective way of still getting a little bit of coverage, but not looking cakey and not feeling cakey. So I'm going to be taking my Beauty Bakery sponge, which I've been loving lately, and I'm just going to be tapping this in. And like see on the forehead, I'm just kind of spreading it out to my entire forehead, even though I really only put it in the center. That's where I want it concentrated, but I'm still going to put it around the rest of my face. So as you can see, I have a little blemish, so I'm just going to put a little bit extra there. And the reason why this works so well is because I'm using a concealer that's the same shade or very close to the same shade as my skin. I'm not using one that's like super light, which is exactly what you want for this. You want something that's going to match you. It can even be a slight bit lighter, but you want it to match you for the most part. I'm going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour. As I talked about in my favorites of 2018 video, I absolutely love this stuff, and I wish it came in more shades. However, if you are my skin tone, or a little bit lighter, a little bit darker, this will work really nicely for you. But any cream contour, you can even just use a darker concealer or foundation, will work. So all I'm doing is blending this on the area where I would normally be tan or where I would normally put bronzer. So that's like my forehead, my cheeks, even a little bit on the apples of my cheeks, and a little bit on the bridge of my nose. I'm also going to be using a liquid illuminator. This is from Temp 2. This is the Temp 2 times BoxyCharm Liquid Glow. This is my favorite because it has like no glitter in it whatsoever, and it's just purely like shine. But I also love the Wet n Wild illuminators. They're very nice. The Sephora ones are really beautiful. Even the Becca ones are nice. Really, any sort of liquid illuminator will do, whatever you like to use best. I kind of like to use one that's close to my skin tone, that's not too white, because I find that this just blends in really nicely with my skin and kind of creates like a wet look as opposed to looking like highlight. And even though I applied it with a sponge, I just like to go over and tap it out with my finger. I just find the warmth from your finger kind of helps blend everything into the skin together. So now that we are looking extra glowy, we don't want to look oily. So I am going to be using a little bit of powder. I'm using the e.l.f. Beauty Shield Antioxidant Armored Setting Powder. This is in this shade Sheer Natural. It kind of has like a nice yellow undertone, which works really well for my skin. They do make other shades of this. I'm just going to wipe away any creases that were made from excess concealer. And then I'm going to take a sponge and just load it up with a little bit of powder, stamp it out on the back of my hand, and then press it into the under eyes, concentrating it on the inner part of my eye and kind of on the sides of the nose, which is where I get the most oily and where my makeup tends to wear away the fastest. Even slightly bake my nose just a little bit, even if I'm doing very natural makeup, because it will get shiny and oily. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with the Morphe Bronzer to kind of set our bronzer cream contour. This is in C'est Debutante right here. And all I'm going to be doing is taking a little bit of that glowy side, mixing it with a little bit of the matte side on a nice bronzer brush. This is the e.l.f. Pointed Powder Brush. And very, very lightly, like I'm barely touching my face. I'm just going to kind of swirl that onto the areas where we put that bronzer, like I said, just to set it so it doesn't wear away. Okay, so I'm actually going to be doing highlighter and then blush for this look, because I find that when I want more of a natural, just all around glow type of look, I like putting on my highlighter first and my blush second, because the blush will kind of help the highlighter blend into the skin and not look so sharp and standing out. Today I want to be trying out Flexitarian from Colourpop, because we're trying out all these other Colourpop products, so I might as well try out this one. I've heard so many good things about this, like it is insane. Okay, yeah, that is reflective, but when I'm looking straight, I'm not seeing like a white cast, which I like. And then when I turn to the side, it's like bam. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with blush, and I'm gonna be using the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Shy Pink. And I really wanted something pink for this look. Pink and girly is what we're going for. So I'm just gonna tap in my blush brush. This is the Luxie 514 blush. And I'm just gonna be popping this on the apples of the cheeks and working our way back, right where you would normally put blush. And as you can see, as I'm applying it, it's kind of mixing in with that highlighter and creating this really cool glowy effect. And I am going to be going in with a third highlighter. I know, we're a little crazy, but I just want to show you guys this product. This is not necessary. If I was not doing a video, I would leave it just like this, but I do want to show you this product. So this is the Natasha Denona Blush and Glow. It's this little tiny baby guy, like it literally fits in the palm of my hand. But inside you have a little mirror, and then you have a highlighter and a blush. The highlighter is so beautiful. So I just take it on a brush. This is the Morphe M501, and all I'm going to do is just swirl it around, and like look at how just so natural. I don't know how to explain it. It just adds this like really beautiful glow without looking like sparkly, and even though it's like a really light shade, it doesn't give that weird white cast that I've been talking about. Okay, we are almost done. I just want to pop a little bit of color on the lower lash line. Not too much, just a little bit. So I'm actually just gonna go in and take Juju, Grumpy, and Triton together and just buff that with a pencil brush underneath the lower lash line. And just taking a little bit of a boo and putting that on the outer corner area more, and blending that out as well. Now I'm going to go in with a tiny brush and take a little bit of Prince Charming right here and just put it on the lower lash line right on the inner corner. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Flexitarian actually and pop this in the inner corner. Oh, yes, just to add a nice inner corner highlight that's not too crazy. Okay, and now I'm just going to go in and set my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. And I'm also going to be taking the end of my sponge and just patting in that highlight, bronzer, blush area, just to make sure all the powders are kind of mixed in with our face. And I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit more of this Glow Dewy Mist from e.l.f. So now I'm just going to go and pop on some mascara because I feel like it will really go nicely with the naturalness of this look. And I'm not going to be showing this on camera because it's literally the same thing as my mascara routine. So I'll link that down below if you're interested in seeing it. You can pause this video, go watch that, and then come back to this video if you so choose. But it's kind of a long routine, which is why I don't feel like doing it on camera, especially because I already have a video on it. So I'm going to do that and I will be right back. Okay, so mascara is finished. I just feel like it looks so pretty with this type of natural look. So now we have one last product to talk about, and this is the last product that I got from the Disney Designer Collection. This is the ColourPop Luxe Lipstick, and this is in Ariel's shade. So they had different ones for all the princesses. So this is what the packaging looks like. It has all the little signatures on it. Again, it's this gold, like, cute little bullet. I just think it's so cute. And then this is what the shade looks like right here. As you can see, it's just a really beautiful nude pink. I'm just gonna wipe away my lip balm. And then I'm just gonna go in with this. Okay, that was so easy to put on. It's so smooth. And it feels so nice. I do feel like this needs a little bit of something, especially because the rest of our look is so glowy. So I'm going to take this metallic lip gloss from ColourPop, which is called Tight Fit. It's like a pinky gold, and I'm just like dotting it right in the center. This is like the only metallic lip gloss that I like. Okay, you guys, so I just finished everything up, put my hair down, and here we are. Oh, I'm so mad you can't see my Mickey. It's just cute. So overall, I am really happy with all three of these products. I loved this palette. I think it's really beautiful. I think you can create some really cool looks with it. I find that this palette will go along really well with other palettes to kind of mix and match, because it definitely is more on the lighter side. So I feel like if you have a palette with some darker mattes in it, it will be a really nice complement to it. And the same thing with the Super Shock Shadow. I loved how smooth and beautiful it looked on the eyes. I love the shade as well. It's just a really nice neutral type of taupey shimmer, which I love. And then the lipstick feels so nice on my lips. Again, it looks beautiful. I'm sure the lasting power will be on par with the other ColourPop Luxe lipsticks, which I have another one of and I've worn before, and it does last for a good amount of time. And it feels really nice on the lips. As far as first impressions go, really, really good, you guys. That's it for this video. I hope you guys like it. Please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you've tried any of the Disney designer collection, let me know, please, what you think of it, and if there's any other products you think I should pick up that maybe I'm missing from here. Let me know, and let me know who your favorite Disney princess is as well. I want to know. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.
It's delicious.